got beautiful people in the front row too. I shouldn't ignore them. That's our staff. That's our staff. Well, welcome. I know a lot of you, but not everybody. My name's Dave Schaefer, and I'm the principal at the Gap. And we have 2 graduations going on here, Gap and CCP. So you can see that in your program, and you'll be able to kind of keep up, I think, if you got a program. So I want to welcome a few special guests here. I almost said this evening, but man, the sun is glaring off that windshield out there right in my eyes. It's not evening yet. Still 100 degrees out there? Something like that. All right, so I'm going to start with a couple guys that are clear in the back. The guy on the camera back there, that is George Ober Lightner. So thank you, George, for being here to videotape the graduation. Appreciate that. And I'll just mention that videotape will be online for you to look at. It'll be on the district website. Some pictures will be on Facebook and things like that. By Monday, George? Okay. Not too far away from George is Mr. John Gates. John, you want to wave at us? Okay. Some of you know John. He's a famous politician. And he's also the director of school safety and security. Glad to have you here, John. I didn't see Dr. Rhonda. Did Dr. Rhonda Hannaford, did she make it back? She's in Denver. Well, that's my boss, so I can really mess up and I won't be in trouble. But her boss is here, Dr. Deirdre Pilch. Would you stand for us? That is our superintendent. And then we have some board members here. I'm going to introduce them too, because they're pretty special people to us. Mr. Roger DeWitt is the president of the Board of Education. There's Roger. Ms. Terry Pappas, right down here. She's the vice president of the board. And Mr. John Hafley. He is a director. There's John. And we're going to get him up here after a little bit and do his part. Okay. Did I miss anybody? Anybody really important out there? Raise your hand and I will introduce you. Oh, look at all these people. No, these are the important guys right here. You guys are the whole deal. This is why we're here. So I'm just going to say congratulations to all of you. All right, we do have a couple of folks that have some good words to share with us, and especially to share with our graduates. And first up, I'm going to introduce him. I got a lot to say about Dr. Mario Gonzalez, so he's just going to sit right over there for a minute while I go through this introduction. He's a really good guy. Dr. Mario Gonzalez, some of you may know, he works for Ames Community College, located right here in good old Greeley, Colorado. And he's presently the Director of Diversity and Outreach for Ames Community College. He got his BA in Spanish and an MA in Rehabilitation Counseling and a PhD from the University of Northern Colorado. His doctorate is in Higher Education and Student Affairs Leadership. Yeah. Well, I got more. You're a famous guy. He is also the proud father of 2 girls, Vivian and Mia, and he's been married to his lovely wife, Olga, for 15 years. 15 years. I'm glad I asked because I had 14 written down here. I knew I might have been off. So Mario has spent most of his life right here in Greeley, attending our schools, working at our schools, and I'm going to name the list of schools. He attended Billy Martinez Elementary School. He attended Franklin Middle School, Heath Junior High, that goes back a ways, and Greeley Central High School. He's a graduate from there. He has a wealth of experiences and education, and he wants to share some of that with us, some of his story with us today. So please help me welcome Dr. Mario Gonzalez.
Thank you. That work? Congratulations. Felicidades para todos ustedes que hablan español. Congratulations to the parents. Felicidades, yes. The staff, of course, and everybody else who is involved in your life. I've been where you're at. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and every time that I sat there and I had a guest speaker, there's always one thing in my mind. Please tell me what you're going to tell me and let me go on. So I'm going to do that for you today. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to tell you so you can begin celebrating. And I only want you to remember one thing of everything else that I'm going to share with you today. I just want you to remember this one thing. And this works out also for the audience. Just this one thing. Okay? And that is motivation. Motivation. Say it with me. Motivation. Motivación. That's what it takes. That's what it takes to be successful. That's what it took for you to be here today. You ask every one of these professional individuals that are here, and they will all tell you, motivation was the key. So as you sit there and you think about the parties that you're going to go to and how you're going to celebrate this grand accomplishment, think about that. Think about motivation. Think about how it got you here, and think about what's next. What is next and what is going to get you to that next step? What are you going to do now that you've graduated? What are you going to do now? Keep that in mind, because what I want to do is I want to share with you a story about a family who used that motivation to get to where they are today. Okay? So you think about that. Motivación. ¿Y cómo lo vas a usar? In 1980, a family of 11 arrived here in northern Colorado, B Street, next to the Rodarte Center, if anybody's familiar. A family of 11 moved into this house, broken down house, with one restroom, one heater. Okay? They came from another country. They came from another country for better opportunities, as many of us have. Whether you're first generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation, etc., etc. They came to the United States for a better opportunity. But it didn't happen immediately. No, sir, it did not. The first thing they had to do is they had to work. As young as 7 years old, they were working in the fields. Days like today, 100 degrees, they were out there. 7 years old, 8 years old, 9 years old, 10, 11, 12. Remember, 11 in the family, 9 kids. But it's through this motivation that each one of them had, as they all went through Billy Martinez, as they all went through Franklin Middle School, as they all went to Heath Junior High. And this has to be some kind of record, Dr. Pilch, because all 9 of them graduated from Greeley Central. Just like you today. But then they had to ask themselves, what am I going to do now? I've graduated from high school. What kind of job do I want? Do I want a job or do I want a career? And that's the question you need to ask yourself today. Do I want a job? Do I want a career? Do I want my summers off? Like some teachers? Or what kind of job do I want? And that's where you're at today. So hopefully you'll find that motivation, because I'm telling you, that's what it's going to take, is motivation. That's what got you here, and that's going to get you to the next step, is that motivation. And each one of you is going to have to find that, much as this family did. The oldest of the family, Miguel, he graduated, went on to CSU, and then went on and got his master's degree in business. He had the motivation to get there. The second oldest, Ana, went on to UNC and graduated, and now is a teacher at Salida del Sol. The third oldest, Maria, graduated and went on and got her master's in social work, and now is a therapist. at Sunrise Community College. The fourth oldest, Francisco Cara, went on to graduate from CSU, got his master's in business, and now works for Banner Health. I'm almost done. The fifth oldest went on to UNC and got his doctorate. That would be me. The sixth oldest, Juan, went on to UNC, got his bachelor's, and now works in corporate for a JBS. Seventh oldest, Irma, went on to UNC and got her a nursing degree, and now is a nurse. Eighth oldest, Renee, is working on his doctorate. And I tell you that because we were all motivated to go on. You have to have that motivation. Doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter if you're rich or if you're poor, if you're tall, if you're short, if you've got hair, if you don't. It doesn't matter. What matters is a motivation. And you know what? It's free. Motivation is free. You don't have to buy it at Walmart. You don't have to buy it anywhere. It's free. You just got to find it. I will finish with these last words. The youngest of my family wanted me to share some words with you. He's the only one who actually didn't finish high school, or he didn't finish college. He graduated, like I said, but he didn't finish college. He's the kid who today has been struggling to find a job. He's the one who hasn't gone on vacation for nearly 15 years. He's the one who couldn't find that motivation. And I tell you that story because it's important that you know that. And it's important that you know that it is that motivation that is going to get you to that next level, whatever that is. Whatever that is, it's no secret. You have to have that motivation, and you know who you are, and I hope you find it today. I hope you're inspired to find it. I hope you take this moment and you apply it to the rest of your life, and you say, okay, this is a motivation that I need. Find it. Look for those people that are going to help you. If you do that, you're going to have success. So busquen esa motivación. Búsquenla donde quiera que puedan encontrarla, porque ahí está. Tal vez sus padres, sus abuelos, sus hermanos, busquen la motivación. Y si la encuentran, the sky's the limit when you have that. Again, I congratulate you. I congratulate the staff. I congratulate the parents. And thank you for sharing this moment with you. Gracias.
Let's welcome Mr. Brandon Warwick.
I'd like to take a second to thank everyone here from the staff at GAP who helped us through our classes, to everybody here who had a part in supporting each one of our graduates. And I'd like to thank one specific person in that group, and that's my mom, Angela. Angela has been a single mother of 2 for 18 years, and throughout that time, she has taught me numerous lessons that will stick with me throughout life, but I'd like to focus on one. She taught me the importance of never settling and building something greater in the face of adversity. I learned the importance of not just taking what life gives you, but demanding what you deserve. It reminds me of a saying that goes, in order to have something you've never had, you must first do something you've never done. In order to build something great for ourselves, we must all step out of our comfort zone. And no doubt, when thinking about the future, our futures, we might feel fear, we might feel anxious. Fear of failing, fear of change, fear that maybe things won't go the way we want them to or we expected them to. But Nelson Mandela was the president of South Africa from 1994 to 1999. but before that, he was served 27 years in jail for fighting for what he believed in. And here's what he had to say about fear. He said, "I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear." And no doubt, everyone here has the talent and the drive to succeed. But the question that we all have to ask ourselves is, do we have the guts to look fear in the eyes and overcome it? This is a great class of students that I'm proud to be a part of. It's a class of students who are diverse, motivated, driven, and who I've seen do remarkable things over these past 9 months that I've been able to go there. We all had our struggles, but at the end of the day, we're better for it. And the work that I've seen being done by all of these students is remarkable. So if I can leave you with one thing, it's that in life we're all told that something's going to be impossible. Some of us were even told that this right here is going to be impossible, that we wouldn't be standing or sitting here and we wouldn't be graduating today. Some of us were told that we aren't motivated enough, we're never on time, we'll never make it. Maybe that it's impossible. But here's what Muhammad Ali had to say about that. He said, "Impossible is just a big word thrown around by small men who find it easier to live in the world they've been given than to explore the power they have to change it. Impossible is not a fact, it's an opinion. Impossible is not a declaration, it's a dare. Impossible is potential. Impossible is temporary. Impossible is nothing." None of us took the traditional route to graduate, but we all made it. So all of us can pursue our dreams and put everything we have into anything we do, and none of us are going to regret it. And this is a time for reflection and a time to really think about all that's going to happen. But most of all, it's a time for celebration. So everybody, please make some noise for the GAP graduating class of 2018.
Let's see, next up we're going to give away some money. Is that what we're doing? I'm going to ask Lisa Wagner to come up here. She's one of our staff. She teaches social studies, and she's going to give away money.
So welcome, everyone. There are a lot of people out here, a lot more than I thought there would be. So this is a really exciting year for all of us here at GAP, and for me in particular, because a couple of years ago, we had this harebrained idea that we were going to start a school store. And we started making money, and we had no idea what we were going to do with the funds that we made. So we decided that we were going to give it back to the students because they were, after all, mostly the ones who were buying all of the stuff that we sell in the school store. So instead of giving away one scholarship like we have in the years past, this year we are actually able to give away 3. So we started the store about 3.5 years ago, and the very first year that we operated the store, we were able to give away $600. That was our first amount of money that we were able to accumulate. So last year, we were able to give away $1,000. But this year, because our school has grown so much, and we have the addition of CCP, actually this year we are giving away $6,000. So we're really proud of that. And just so you know, the selection process to choose who is going to win these scholarships is really, really hard to do. Because when you know all of these students, it's really hard to pick and choose who do we think is going to use it the best, or who is the most deserving, because they're all deserving. And before I award the scholarships, I would just like to highlight these guys right here. So if you'll just humor me for a minute. So we have a fantastic group of graduates this year. So we have some students that are terrific artists. And the person that I'm going to select and pinpoint out of this is Mr. Luis Luna. Stand up, please. You should see the stuff he does. He's fantastic. And you need to stay standing, okay? So we also have some students that are really great writers. And the reason that I know this is because I have the privilege of teaching creative writing. So I get to read what they write. And we have some kids that are phenomenal. So one of these that I'm going to pick out, I'm looking right at you, Mr. Eli Howland. Stand up for me, please. He is fantastic. And the other one is a young lady named Liddy Macias. Stand up, Liddy. We also have a couple of students who are what I would call extremely intellectual. They can have a conversation with me on a very high intellectual level, and I was really shocked at how much they knew. And I have a couple of those students. One is not here, his name is Jace Baker, but the other one is Mr. Josiah Thompson. He's definitely going places. So then we've got a couple of students who are really good athletes. We have one in particular who went to state in wrestling. You know who you are, Mr. Trayvon Martinez. Stand up. And I have one more student that I would like to highlight. This young lady is a beautiful young girl, and not only did she have the double whammy of being behind, but she also had a struggle with English because that was not her first language. But she worked harder than almost anyone I have ever seen, and she is just a darling young girl, and that would be Miss V.T. Marr. Stand up, young lady. So not only do we have students with incredible abilities, but we have a really diverse set of interests and aspirations. So I know that we have at least one young man who is planning on going into the military, and that would be Mr. Isaac Hawley. So I would say thank you for your service and don't even serve. So is there anyone else in this group of young people, because a lot of you I did not have the privilege of teaching, so if you are planning going into the military as well, would you please stand up for me? Anyone else? Okay. So then I know of at least 2 young ladies who are planning on going into police work, either law enforcement or forensics or criminal justice of some sort. And that would be Miss Katie Rivera. Stand up, please. And Miss Virginia Lopez. All right, so who else is planning on going into criminal justice of some sort? Stand up, young lady. All right. Who else? So we have a lot of people who are planning on going directly into college or going in December or sometime soon. So if you are planning on going to college for business or auto mechanics or nursing or anything, I want you to stand up, please. And then we have a lot of students that are already working. They're already doing jobs that they really enjoy, and they are going to continue doing after they graduate. If you are going to go into the workforce, stand up. All right, so look at all of these students who are standing here. And you can rejoice with me in knowing that we have a terrific group of kids right here, do we not? We do. All right, so you may all sit down now. Thank you for humoring me. So back to the scholarships, what I'm actually up here supposed to do. So our third place winner is a young person who wants to study criminal justice, like I've already said. She actually became a mom while she was at Gap. And she didn't let that stop her, because giving up for her was never an option. She has a lot of things going for her. She is very optimistic. She's bilingual, which is a great plus. She's very reliable, she's devoted, and she's very positive in everything that she does. She has shown us that she is dedicating herself, and she's growing and learning so that she can give her beautiful young son the best life that she can. We are very happy to award $1,000 to Miss Virginia Lopez Gutierrez. Okay, so our second place winner is a young man who wants to go into graphic design, but if he fails at that, he could very easily have a career in comedy. He is hilarious, he's happy all the time, he's hardworking, and he is smart as a whip. He received A's and B's in all the classes here at Gap that he took, even chemistry and algebra 2. And all the while that he was going to school, he has held down a job where his boss describes hiring him as winning the lottery. That says a lot. And she also calls him a fine young man, and we absolutely concur with that. So we are very thrilled to be awarding $2,000 to a young man who calls himself Mayo, because he's white, he's smooth, and he's dangerous to leave open, Mr. Brandon Warwick. Wow, she's happy. All right. So finally, our first place winner is a young person who is absolutely living proof that you can turn your life around 180 degrees if you choose to do so. Before coming to Gap, he was not even attending school anywhere. And although he has really great family support, he is not only going to be the first person to go to college, but he is actually the first person in his family to even graduate from high school. So, yeah, it's impressive. And since deciding to come back to school, he has received a perfect 4.0 in all of his classes. He has a job, he works all day, and he still comes to school, or came to school, because he's done now, with a smile on his face. He is very charming, he's very mature, and very creative. In fact, he also wants to go to school for graphic design. He is described by his teachers as impressive, self-motivated, and most importantly, college-ready. He is also community-minded and wants to give back to his community because he feels blessed. And he's very passionate. So we are very, very happy to be awarding the scholarship to this young man because we feel very confident that he's going to use this money with grace, with thankfulness, and with humility. We are really thrilled to be awarding $3,000 to Mr. Ezekiel Hernandez Ramirez. right, so one more round of applause for all of these wonderful people. And I'll get off the stage.
Next up, I think it's about time to award diplomas, you guys. So I'm going to ask Steve Gard to come up here and help me do that. Steve is our Dean of Students. He's been my right-hand guy since, 15 years ago, something like that. We've been together a long time. Big changes this year. We got a brand new building. Many of you maybe didn't know that, but we used to be located in a little tiny place downtown, and now we have this fabulous new place out west. We're quite thrilled to be there, but it was a lot of work just to get things up and running. So anyway, I'll quit talking, Steve. It's up to you.
Thank you. Thank you again for coming to support your particular individuals up here. And once again, I'm very proud of all of you. I was on that selection committee, by the way, and had all of you applied, I would have lost what hair I had left, because it was hard enough with I think we had about 7 or 8 applications. But all of you should be very proud for what you've accomplished here at GAP and CCP, and I hope you continue on. And like Mario said, stay motivated, find that motivation. I'd like the first row to please stand up. It's a good-looking row. Alicia M. Aguirre. Minerva Albaran Gonzalez. You guys keep scooching down. Thanks. Terry M. Gardner. Esmeralda Gutierrez Sanchez. Isaac Hawley. Brandon A. Hernandez. Joshua M. Hernandez. Eli Howland. I got to pause on this one. Brendan G. Longacre. Mateo's mom, aka Virginia Lopez Gutierrez. Susan Lopez. Luis Antonio Luna. Liberty A. Macias. Betty Marr. Trayvon N. Martinez. and Anthony J. Murphy. Would the second row of graduates please rise? Now, Dave, we need to make sure we get a good photo op on this first one. I've been told a couple times. So, that's a little heads up right there. Zechariah X. Myers. Oh, hold on, Zach. We gotta do another one. There it is. There it is. Paparazzi's here. Janice Nevarez Vargas. Christina T. Newsom. Clarissa Ramirez. Noah M. Rangel. Kimmy Rivera. Kenya G. Rodriguez. Alex R. Schertz. Rory D. Simmons. Ricky L. Smith. Brandon Sosa. Josiah B. Thompson. Santana M. Torres. Savannah E. Vasquez. Hannah K. Walker. Brandon L. Warwick. Good job. Good speech. Now row 3, if you would please rise. These folks graduated at Gap, but had arrangements to receive diplomas from other high schools. So you'll notice in the program it's listed differently. They worked just as hard as everyone else, in some cases even harder. So from Greeley West, receiving Greeley West diplomas, Noel Aguilar Aranda. Dominique R. Baca. Alexander B. Gardner. Wendy Gonzalez Munoz. Ezekiel Hernandez Ramirez. Scholarship too. Jolene L. Martinez. Stephanie A. Puentes Mendoza. Kiana R. Vigil. Receiving Greeley Central diplomas, Caleb Martin. Pedro Nahera Morales Jr. Ishmael J. Ochoa. Oraliz E. Pina Garcia. Receiving a Northridge diploma, Ariana R. Espinoza. The next set of graduates graduated from the CCP program. So I'd like to introduce to the microphone Carla Nagy and Director Principal Mark Cousins.
Before we make the transition into announcing our graduates from the Career and College Prep program, I would like to just take a minute and thank them personally for all the help they gave me this year. As you start a new program, and this is the end of our inaugural year, you quickly learn the ins and outs of that program. Sometimes the lessons are painful, and sometimes as a director, I didn't always make the best decisions. But I will tell you, I had a great, wonderful group of young men and women who supported us in our mission as we went down the road that we went down. And I am so proud of them and thankful for them that I wanted them to know that. So congratulations to you, the inaugural class of the Career and College Prep program. Thank you so much for all you have done for us.
All right, first up, we have Ryan Aschenbrenner. Tristan Austin. Isabella Brownlee. Will Cook. Georgia Fleck. Jocelyn Gebhardt. Gray Gibson. Rebecca Gutierrez Rhodes. Lisbeth Luna. Kai Lin. Álvaro Pérez Valdés. Tyler Peters. Logan Price. Maria Sáenz.
All right, now we do that official stuff. I see Mr. John Hafley is making his way to the front, but I'm going to talk about him just for a second. So John is a native of Greeley. His family has a long-standing tradition of community activism and service, and John graduated from Greeley's University High School and went on to attend Colorado State University, where he earned a bachelor's degree in history and a social studies teaching certificate. He coached and taught middle school and high school for the Greeley Evans School District for 27 years, retiring in 2010, and he continued as an adjunct faculty member at UNC School of Teacher Education. John's passion for teaching and community service are exhibited through his long coaching and teaching career and service to organizations and activities such as the Greeley Evans School District Board of Education. Also, lost my place, NCMC Foundation, the Greeley Chamber of Commerce Foundation, the Greeley Chamber Education Committee, the Weld County Boys and Girls Club Foundation, and Catholic Community Charities Migrant Housing Board. I probably missed some.
Good.
Okay.
Good. Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you. Dave, where's my information here?
Sorry, man.
Oh my gosh.
You need my glasses?
I need those glasses. No, first of all, I'd like to thank the CCP staff as well as the staff for GAP. You all should be very proud of your efforts, and we greatly appreciate that. You know, the school board means nothing to you, but you need to understand something. We are incredibly proud of each of you. And we are so excited for this evening, we can hardly stand it. You know, we go to a lot of graduations, and of all of them, this one in Jefferson, this is the most celebratory one that we have. And each of you should be very proud, as well as all of the families here. All of you deserve credit this evening, and we're very, very appreciative for your efforts, and thank you for your support. And I hope I can read this, so please bear with me. It's my pleasure as a member of the Greeley Evans School District 6 Board of Education to certify that each of you has met all the graduation requirements of the Greeley Evans Alternative Program and CCP as recommended and certified by the faculty and staff. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Education, you are now authorized to receive your individual diploma. Congratulations to each of you.
All right, I think we know what we're going to do here. Everybody's going to move their tassel from the right over to the left. Yeah.